The first thing I need to say is this. To all those people who interrupted Senator McCain while he spoke, you are not helping. McCain's own words should be enough to prove why he should not be our next president. You do not need to interrupt him. To do so is just rude, and it makes the rest of us who oppose his candidacy look bad. The political process needs more maturity, not idiots acting like children. Now, on to the issue at hand. John McCain quoted our founding fathers by saying that all men are created equal. However, he did not say that all people deserved equal rights. Under a John McCain presidency, we will see activist conservative judges appointed to the bench who will move our country and our civil rights back to the 1950s or maybe before. John McCain said that he fought for the strategy of more troops when it was unpopular to do so. Obama fought against going into Iraq in the first place. Seems that Barack Obama was correct when it counted the most. And because we have followed George Bush's failed policies, we took our eyes off the ball when it came to Al-Qaeda, and Al-Qaeda has now reached pre-9/11 strengths. And McCain wants to continue President Bush's failed policy? That just doesn't make any sense. Honoring the troops and keeping us safe from enemies abroad requires that we train and equip Iraq to defend itself. It requires that we have a responsible withdrawal of our troops from Iraq. And it requires that we go after the enemies who actually attacked us on 9/11 and make them our number one priority. The only candidate in this election that I see who is proposing this is Barack Obama, and not John McCain. John McCain says he believes in open markets, but free trade with countries that don't share our labor laws provides for unfair competition to the American worker and a loss of American jobs to companies that put their jobs overseas. And what will McCain do? He'll cut taxes on those companies. Barack Obama is going to cut the tax breaks for those companies and reward American companies who put American jobs in the American market for American workers. McCain believes in people keeping the fruits of their labor. I bet you're not going to see McCain pushing for an increase in minimum wage so that the American worker can actually get fair compensation for the labor he provides. McCain brought up the old line that judges should not legislate from the bench. Every single one of those people applauding McCain stating this, I guarantee you, they would love to see judges legislate from the bench as long as it means that they're legislating a ban on abortion or legislating a ban on gay marriage. McCain says that government doesn't work for you, but it makes sure that you have more choices to make for yourself. BS. McCain is leading the morality police that wants to legislate against choice, be on abortion or gay marriage or any other activity that hurts nobody, yet for some reason Republicans insist on legislating against them. There is no choice under John McCain, just legislation of morality. McCain says that Obama would raise taxes. In a recent study that was provided to debunk some of the Palin myths that she provided in her speech, showed that the income of the average American will rise more over Obama than it would have with McCain. Seems like Obama's tax policy is a little better if the American worker is going to be bringing home more money. Perhaps McCain just views a successful tax policy for those over $5 million a year. McCain rejects Obama's plan for government-run health care. Of course, that's a lie because Obama's not pushing government-run health care. Obama wants people to keep their own health care, and he just wants to make it cheaper for those people to buy their own health care, and wants to make it possible for the 40-plus million people who cannot currently afford health care to get it for themselves as well. McCain says that education is the civil rights issue of the century. Yes, education is a civil rights issue. There are many more. However, in education, McCain wants to add competition to fix the public schools, i.e. vouchers. My question is this: why not just fix the schools? We should be striving to make all public schools top-notch. We should not just be cutting and running on our youth's education. McCain wants us to stop sending money to oil-producing countries who don't like us. Well, guess what? Barack Obama wants to do the same thing as well. Barack Obama just leads his plan with the long-term goals, while John McCain sells his plan on the short-term goals. Personally, I like taking the long-term approach. That's just me, and probably a lot of other people as well, actually. John McCain is a patriot. John McCain is a hero. John McCain deserves all the respect that we can give him for his service to our country. This is something that is said a lot, but it is something that cannot be said enough. I stand up and applaud John McCain for his sacrifices in his service to our country. But let me get back to where we started on the issue of equal rights. John McCain and the Republican Party rejects the idea of equal rights for all, whether it's equal pay for equal work, whether it's equal rights for gay people, or all the other issues that Democrats fight for that Republicans oppose. How can a person expect to lead a nation if he doesn't support equal rights for every single person in that nation? As long as John McCain refuses to fight for every single American if he becomes president, John McCain proves that he is not qualified to be our next president. Period.